Yo, I can't believe it. Like, we're adults. How are you feeling?
I'm broken.
Don't loud it, don't loud it. This is the Becoming You podcast. We're talking about all things adulting.
The good, the bad, and the chaotic.
The chaos, na follow come.
Like, join us. Let's figure out this face together.
We're just figuring this face out one step at a time.
Enjoy the episode.
Enjoy the episode. We're live, guys. Whew. So this is officially the first episode of the season 2 of the Becoming You podcast. And how do I feel, guys? I don't know. It feels like, when you've been away from something you love doing and you're getting back into it with so much anxiety and fear. So I've been through a lot in the last couple of months, and I don't even know where to start the gist from, because I just know that I was thinking that the first episode would be a catch up, but guys, we have to just get right into it because this episode has something special. And if you're following us on our socials, you know already. What's wrong with that one? You guys, you need to see our co-host and how she's behaving. I think I'm just diving right into it. Like, everybody listening should know me already. I'm sorry. I'm Bookie. I am Bookie. I am the co-host of the Becoming You podcast. The podcast started officially in 2023, but this season is actually very different, and it's going to be very conversational as we have a co-host on this episode. No, not on this episode. Like, we have a co-host on the podcast, and the co-host is the beautiful, amazing Davy. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit more and just let our listeners get to know you?
Hi guys.
What's all this?
I'm feeling cute.
Okay, please, your moment.
Hi guys. I'm Dami. I'm Damilola. Fine. Sweet. I'm everything. And I am an executive assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And I double as a co-host. I mean, run me my check, please.
Welcome. You guys, let me give you the backstory. I've been looking for a co-host, and on this fateful day, I was not even looking for. I had given up, funny enough, because I had searched and I was like, okay, maybe I should just do the season 2. I should just run it alone. Then I posted something about starting the book club. Yeah, a book club, and this inquisitive person entered my DM to ask, Bookie, what is a book club? What is a book club? And there's no word as book club.
I think there is. There should be.
Oh,
There
there
is
should be.
If there is not, we have formed one. Book loyalty.
Well, and let me just tell you, book law is like where we join two words together, folklore and book. So that is book law. And if you're not following us on our socials, you should follow us on our socials because we'll be dropping like book laws every Fridays and you get to know more about that. But back to the podcast. This podcast is just about the complexities of being an adult. We're looking into the intricacies, just talking about everything and anything that has to do with us as adults from our own perspective. And Dami, what should they expect from the podcast?
I mean, aside from the vibes, aside from the vibes, I guess you can expect real talk. I mean, it's not just having like a camera in your face, looking fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the reality of what it means to be an adult in present day Nigeria.
And in the diaspora.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone is going through it.
Sure.
In the diaspora also. And I find this dynamic really interesting, guys. I and Dami were in different locations. We're both Nigerians. Dami's in Nigeria, I'm in Brazil. I came here to study for my master's, and I think that's part of the gist I have for you guys. I defended my thesis like a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm done with that. I think this is where we just, we blow the trumpet a bit for me, guys, because it was not really easy at all. But I just feel excited I passed this phase. And now comes the big question: what do I do with myself and my life? But yeah, what did you say?
Said what next?
What next? That's the big question. Talking about backgrounds, we've touched on our backgrounds briefly. What I do. Did I say what I do? So yeah, no, I think. What do I do? I'm a student. I just finished schooling and I'm into project management. So yeah. So
Project manager. Own it, baby. Own it.
I am a project manager currently in the job market, currently job hunting, currently going through Shege. But yeah, I'm still standing strong. I'm still standing strong. And basically what was I saying? I've lost my train of thoughts. Yeah. So how are you? How are you really? That's the question, not just how are you. How are you really?
How am I?
Really?
I would say I'm living because that's the only thing I can do. I'm living. I mean, I'm fine, or I will be fine. But yeah, I'm living. I'm existing, and I
Hmm.
not to let pressure, work, personal life. I'm not trying not to let any of all those things weigh me down, and just like taking it one time, one step at a time. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I would say I'm okay, right? That is all we can say.
How was last week, or this week? I mean, today is what we're. I
Uh,
don't. I would not disclose the day we're recording to our friends, so they don't see us as serious. So we're recording on this fateful day, but like leading up to this day, how how has it been? Work,
maybe from
everything.
starting from last week, I think I had a good week. I mean, my boss gave me like some few days off, coupled with the holidays and all of that, right? So yeah,
Oh yeah.
I got to I got to PC Smith for my grandma. Yeah,
But you got some for yourself, so I mean that's
of
nice.
course. I mean, after chopping the meat in pieces, who else would get more if not me? Please, I cannot be working as I have to. Yoruba will say, "Iyan ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ lèèyàn ti ń jẹun." That is to say,
Yeah.
when you are working, that you will eat.
Exactly, exactly. I think my own last week was a bit more. I don't know. I did not have the holidays, so I was kind of very jealous of Nigerians.
Yeah,
Sorry, Nigerians in Nigeria.
sorry to.
I was,
As is to have
I was a bit.
holidays. I mean, it's still coming. Don't worry.
No, Brazil. Yeah, we have one in June now. We have Sound Round. Like we have the holiday. I don't even know the day actually, because I've been working remotely and
Mm,
really working remotely. I don't really have holidays per se. And I was thinking about it recently. I had worked like all day today
mhm,
before recording and all, and I was like feeling so tired. My eyes were already aching from the laptop and from staring at the laptop. My eyes were red, my back was aching me, and I was like, I don't know, this remote work life, is it a good substitute for going to work and working physically? Because I've been in this place where I'm like, okay, I need to get a physical job, I need to
mm,
meet colleagues, I need to have a social life. Because
yeah.
yeah, I feel like working remotely, because I've been working remotely like for a while now, and I feel like it's sapping out like the social energy I have in me, but I'm not sure.
Mm,
um
I think you do have a point. I think you have a point because working remotely, it's just you and your laptop and your working tools. And then you get to do your 9 to 5 in your house. You're not going out, you're not seeing the sun. So yeah, it can be
exactly.
monotonous over time. But then again, I mean, do you really want to go through the struggles? Oh, you're not in Nigeria. I'm speaking from my own. Do you really want to go through the stress of jumping bus, having to sit with them? It's stressful. It's quite stressful. And this is me talking from a Nigerian perspective, by the way. So I guess it's kind of like I don't know how to call it now. People that are doing remote work are saying, if I don't, well, in Nigeria, I'm not sure people that are working remotely in Nigeria are complaining about not going out because it is stressful and frustrating and
I can, yeah.
expensive going out. You step out of your room like this is chakam credit or
Really, I think it's the same everywhere actually. Because yeah, maybe I'm not dropping jumping buses per se, but I'm taking trains. I don't know, have a
yeah.
car yet, and trains too are always very congested.
Not to tell, I'm not trying to discredit that what they used to call it. I'm not trying to demarket Nigeria place, but where you are, they are a bit organized than where we are. I'm just saying,
Okay.
just saying.
Okay, okay. I was talking to a friend about this today, and she was like, maybe hybrid will do it. So, like, with hybrid, you can go to work maybe once in a week or
Yeah.
twice. So, you can
Mm-hmm.
dress nice, take use pictures, know that you have colleagues, you have a
Mm-hmm.
workspace, then you go back and you be at home. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just still like in that space where I really don't know what I want. Because I really need to know what I want so I can direct my prayer points well. Is it God I need a remote job, or God I need a physical job, or I don't
Maybe,
know yet, but yeah, that's that.
maybe it might be a mix of the two. Could be hybrid.
Okay, guys, back to the conversation of the day. So, Demi, how would you describe yourself as a Nigerian adult? Like, what does it feel like to be a Nigerian adult?
Aside from being constantly broke.
You just they throw shades.
See, me, I'm on
Okay,
my own.
aside that.
I am talking from my own perspective. Me, I am in a constant state of brokenness. I am in a constant state of brokenness.
Okay, aside
That's
from being
it.
broke,
Because aside from being broke, being an adult in Nigeria is not easy. Because no, it feels like the odds are stacked against us. I won't lie. Because
mm,
I want to say that okay, maybe I feel like the present Nigerian youths now currently would say that we are probably earning more than our parents were earning in their own time. But it
okay,
feels like we are spending more. We are spending on almost everything. You have to like overcackle before you do this thing. I want to go out. Maybe I'm at work. I want to get lunch. I have to first start doing tumbo. If I buy this thing, would I mean, it's kind of like it's mentally exhausting. I think that's what I'll call it. Yeah, it's really mentally exhausting.
yeah,
The economy is not even helping. One, the I don't want to say it's not helping. It's a lot. It's honestly a lot, and I doff my hat to Nigerian youths everywhere, wherever they are. I mean, I see you. I can relate.
yeah. I
Uh,
really do not know any Nigerian adults right now that does one thing and is not like currently like if you're doing just one thing, you're brainstorming how to do many other things, and most people I even know are multi working. They're taking up multiple jobs at the
multiple
same time.
streams of
Like we
income. I
have
get multiple streams of income. Like youths are not even
exactly because you can't just survive.
resting these days. We can't even rest anymore because we are thinking of how one source of income is even enough to like take care of us. So we have to start thinking of. I mean, you go to work from morning till night, and then you still come back and have to like work for one company remotely, and it's just it's stress. Honestly, stress. I won't lie.
Yeah, yeah. I think that is one word of describing how being an adult in Nigeria is like it's stressful. And apart
Mhm.
from that, so I feel like as a Nigerian adult, being a Nigerian adult is understanding that you have to constantly fight for your success and constantly
True.
fight for like a space in the society. It's not enough to go to the university. It's not enough to have a job. It's not enough to like it's you it just feels like you're never enough. You have to keep searching for things.
You just have to keep trying to keep up. It feels like you're trying to like you would like each passing day there's always one thing that you want to keep up with. Like you're always trying to keep up. If you're not trying to keep up with your like way of living, like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's really a lot. It's really a
It's
lot.
a lot, really. And I remember like before I left Nigeria, I think I was working was it not just 3 or 4 jobs? I was lecturing, I was working as a VA at 2 companies. I don't know how I was able to do all those together. And even at that and I feel like even as at that time, the economy wasn't this bad. Now it's like things have gotten
Terrible.
worse.
No,
And
it's
now
terrible. After terrible.
I can imagine. But guys, being a Nigerian in the diaspora so is not easy because now you're fine, you're in a working system and you have a place where things are working for the natives. But as a foreigner in the land, you also need to fight for your space. So there's just this constant state of trying to get something for yourself and trying to fight for like a space for yourself in the
Mhm,
society and
mhm.
fight for a better life. And can we just take a break already?
No,
And
bro.
like, I don't know. I feel like Nigeria also has a way of kind of rewriting what you want for yourself as a person. Do you have that fear that you just like be, like you said, existing without actually living?
Yeah, I do have there are times when I actually sit to think that like am I really living? Like am I really doing the things that are making me happy or am I just living on autopilot? Am I just doing things that are required of me to do? Wake up, go to work, eat, come back, rinse and repeat every day. And then I rarely even or barely even have time for myself. I barely get to take myself out or do something. And it's just, it feels like I'm just existing in this monotonous cycle, in this like mechanical lane, if I can call it that, where I get to
Yeah.
what that is programmed to like eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, wake up, go to work, come back, wake up, go to. It's just, it's a cycle, and a cycle I
And
really break. I really, really want to break that cycle.
Yeah, I think it's a very dreadful cycle too, because like it's something I'm actually really scared of. Just living a life where you're just like caught up in this, like you said, repetitive cycle of doing the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again. I read a book one time, and the author of the book described this process as being like a process of being zombified, a state of losing your consciousness, but you're not like dying, but you're
Mm-hmm.
just in this phase of like you're just stuck in a loop where you have to keep doing the same thing. You don't know why you're doing it, but capitalism has you on chokehold. You can't stop doing it. You have bills to
Yes,
pay. So
capitalism.
I posted it one day. I was like, when are we leading this revolution against capitalism already? I'm tired.
It's
Let's do something else. I don't know, communal living.
I mean, trade by barter, trade by barter. You have this, I have that. Exchange.
Uh-huh. And you know, when I mentioned communal living now, I remember something. I feel like one of the perks of growing up in Nigeria was having a community, like a community to care for us.
Yeah.
For instance, I wasn't really trained by just my mom and my dad because I grew up firstly at like a family house, family compound
Uh-huh.
in Lagos. I had my grandpa, I had my uncles, and there was just so much love. I had people to like care for me, my assignments and all of that. Do you have like similar experience?
Yeah, I mean, I did too, because like my younger years, I was with my grandpa, my grandma, my uncles, my aunts. Didn't really get to like I wasn't with my parents, and yeah, I did. I feel like a few of us did have like that same experience, like that shared experience where we grew up like amongst extended families.
Yeah, and there was just always somebody around to just
Yeah,
help, cater,
exactly.
care.
Someone was always there.
Are you a church girl? Are you currently a church girl, or did you? Let me put it like this: did you grow up in a Christian home? Like,
I actually think that the way I grew up, like I grew up in the church, and now I can't marry that me that grew up in the church and the me now, because now I barely go to church. But
interesting because I can
but,
relate.
but growing up, I literally attended a church where I was barely even a teenager then, and I was in the choir, I was in the usher.
Do you
Like,
know how to sing?
can I sing? Maybe when I was little. I don't know about
Why are
now.
they always recruiting young girls into the choir department? What was going on at the time? Because I was also a chorister,
I
and
wouldn't think that it was recruitment. I just felt like they just needed like a gap to be filled. It didn't matter whether you could sing or not. Just be there. Somebody should be there to sing.
I feel like the religious is it religiosity of Nigerian homes. I don't know if it was really helpful.
I
Do you think
think
it was really good?
so I can only talk from my own perspective. I started out in a church that I would not mention, and honestly I didn't like it. Even as a child, I could tell or I could see the judgment like on the
Mm.
faces, and it was so bad that even the kids had that like judgment in their eyes. And as a kid, I wondered how like children were so judgmental. Like, I mean, how are you so judgmental when you've not even known the world?
I think it's social conditioning.
Hmm.
I don't know. Being judgmental is the status quo. So people who are not judgmental actually fought their way to get there. That's what I think. And I feel like right now I'm really unlearning certain things and I'm trying to like pick up new things too. So I think it's just one of those things. It's the package, the Nigerian package, I believe.
So yeah, I said I think I mentioned something about trauma. And speaking of traumas, did you have any when you were growing up? Like,
Yes, I did. And wait, let me think about it. You know, something about being a Nigerian is growing up in a like you tend to grow up in an environment where people do not pay attention, like enough attention to your emotions,
sure.
not out of spite, but they
Yeah.
just believe that it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. You have to be
So,
strong emotionally because you've had your emotions, like your emotions have been neglected for like the
so
most part
I
of
mean,
your
I
formative
think
age.
me. I don't think to some extent. I really do not think that we needed to or we were strong emotionally, right? It
Mm-hmm.
was, I think we built that based off of the way we grew. Like we needed to, I think it's self-preservation. Cause trust me,
Yeah.
a lot of us are hiding behind a strong wall or a false wall. And behind that wall is like a timid, self-doubting
Yeah.
person. But we just have to put up this front of we have everything under control. And I feel like it's as a result of the way we grew or the way some of us grew up, like
Yeah.
having to act like everything is okay when everything isn't fine, like having to pretend like you're strong when in actual sense you're not strong. You need someone to like hold you up and tell you, oh, everything is going to be fine, you're going to be fine. But because of society, because of how you, I don't know, in a way, they've made showing weaknesses, they've portrayed it as being weak. So we try to put up a false front
Mm-hmm.
that, oh, yes, I'm strong, I can handle this by myself, when in actual truth, you cannot. I think it has only made us evasive adults. So
Mm.
instead of confronting things as they come, we try to compartmentalize them. Like, oh, let me just keep this here. And then we
Mm-hmm.
just keep it separately because we do not want to deal with it at that point in time. And then we carry on like nothing is happening. But meanwhile, it is hurting, it is on your mind, it is weighing on you. But because you want to keep up a false front, because you want to avoid confrontations or you don't want to
Yeah.
like get angry, get mad, you keep it separately. But at the end of the day, these things are what over time would, what do you call it now, accumulates. And then you
Yeah.
explode and it now becomes a thing of, oh, I didn't even know what I did to them, or I didn't know what I did to him or her, and
Exactly.
just blew.
And
But
I think that's why most of us are just like always, we're kind of like angry adults. We're always angry.
yeah,
It's just like a response to an unaddressed like trauma that you have eaten somewhere in your
yeah.
history, in your life, or you just feel yourself like feeling like some kind of sudden sadness that you do not even understand.
Hmm.
It's just crazy for real.
Yeah, it
And on the other hand, though, I'm not trying to just justify how we were trained, but I kind of feel like it makes us strong in a kind of weird way. You know, normal things or things that are supposed to break us sometimes are
I
unable
think
to
what
break
me I
us
would
because
say is I don't think it made us stronger. I only think it made us grow like a tough skin, like immune to it, because it feels like, what is the insult that you want to insult me that they've not told me at home?
in
Get
fact, some
like
of us will go as far as insulting ourselves first. Like,
like
I'll call myself anything.
what is
Like,
that thing you
what?
think what is
Yeah,
that thing you think you can tell me that will pain me that I have not heard at home? So it's kind of like that,
yeah,
like, oh, you think you can hurt me, they hurt me more at home. I think that's
yeah.
just what it is, honestly. I think that's just what it is. Yeah.
So most of us, like, we have unaddressed issues that we should address.
Most of us are like walking traumas, like
Yeah, working traumas. Like, it's
walking traumas, but
insane.
we're gonna be alright.
I mean, this is what growing up,
Okay.
and you know, we're talking about growing up in like the Christian this thing too. And I
Yeah.
feel like because most of us grew up like Nigeria is a very religious society, and
True.
because most of us grew up in like faith based home,
Mm-hmm.
how our concerns were not being addressed adequately, and it
Yeah.
was always like linked back to, you know, just believe, just trust God. Maybe you didn't pray enough, just pray about it, and nobody really talks about the
Oh
human
my
side of
god.
things. And growing up as a kid, yeah, you
Oh,
can.
sorry. I was going to say that I think we shouldn't even. Like, I feel like that's like a whole different episode, because if you're going to talk about things like that, the part where you're going through stuff and you need like reality, and then somebody comes to tell you that, oh, it's this, God has a purpose. I think you're not praying enough. Oh my God! If I could get $1 for every time I've heard that, I mean, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
But then again, at that point in time,
Mm-hmm.
it's not what I'm trying to hear.
Yeah, I
I don't
say
need you
it
to make me
often
feel
that I
like you're a
find
better Christian
solace.
than I am, or you're praying more than I am.
Yeah,
That is not what I want at that
yeah.
point in time. I just want, I don't know, maybe someone to hug me to say, "Oh, don't worry, everything will be fine." Or,
Everything
okay,
will be
sit down.
fine.
How can we walk through it? These are the things. What do you think we can do? Not tell me that, oh, maybe my prayer life. Am I a Christian? Am I born
Are you
again?
taking it to God in prayer? But you know, most times when people say these things, they don't say it to spite us because it's a very complex, like very complicated
I feel like they say it
situation.
from a
For
place of
instance,
privilege.
is it privilege? I don't think
Yeah,
it's privilege
like
because my
maybe
mom says
privilege,
the same.
privilege in
I
this.
feel like
Sorry,
I
go
feel
on.
like it's from a place of okay. For instance, now personally, I always like I stated that you know I'm a Christian because I find solace in being a Christian. Like when
Yeah.
things are going tough and everything, I just rest in this assurance that you know I have somebody taking care of me and everything will still work out fine. So it just helps me like give meaning to the world in this world that I
Yeah.
you know I really don't understand anything happening. But like things like you don't pray enough. For instance, now I've been in the job market for a while, and my mom is like, "Your prayer is not enough. It's not. You know, maybe you should fast." But I feel like from our own POV, it's like she feels like you know it's written in the Bible when you ask, you receive, and all of that. And maybe I'm not asking. She feels like I'm not asking the right way, or and the last time she mentioned this, I had to address it with my mom. Like, it's not about not praying enough because I'm praying. Probably it's not the right time. Yes. Maybe I'm not doing the right things. Maybe I even need to revisit my CV,
Yeah.
application, interview processes. Like, I understand the need to link it back to like faith or religious reasons and things like that. But I feel like Nigerians do a bit too much, a little bit too much. So I don't think it's out of spite or privilege.
The reason I said that it's coming from a place of privilege is because things seem to be going well for you when you pray, or the fact that you go to God in prayer and it seems like your prayers are answered almost immediately doesn't mean that it would work like that for everybody. That's why I said it's coming
Yeah,
from a place
that's
of
right.
privilege. So you
Mm-hmm.
pray, you go to God in prayer, your prayer seems to be answered, and then someone comes to you with their own problem, and instead of you to advise, you tell the person, pray. Have you taken it to God in prayer? Have you done this? Have you done that? I mean, I thought we were all supposed to be one under the banner of Christ. I didn't know that there was favoritism in the kingdom
Yeah,
too.
standard.
So yeah, it's I mean,
No, yeah, I get where you're coming from, and I guess how like what they say can actually translate into that. It's like okay, like maybe you're not speaking the right language, and you're like, okay, I'm
exactly.
praying. Do
Like
you
you're
see
not. Are
me in
you
my
saying the
secret
right
place?
prayers? Did
I'm
you
doing
say
the
it
right
this
things.
way? I mean, I don't know when Christianity
Mm-hmm.
became a thing of Nami pray pass or Nami sabi pray, but that's a topic for another day. Speaking of
Yeah, tell me for another day, but I don't think they mean that, Sha. Just for the
speaking of
record.
speaking of speaking of growing up, I was going to ask, there like any values or are there any things that you heard growing up that stuck with you up until now that
Oh yeah, I think so. I think there are quite a lot. But I know that growing up and the kind of home I grew up in, it has always been a thing where you understand that like hard work pays. And
yeah
my mom always says something about like just being like, will I say persistent with something. So like I think it had shaped me in a way where I just feel like I have to keep doing something till I get like my desired result from it. But I think the part they did not like fall as much is my inquisitive side. I feel like a lot of times, like probably in the four walls of the school environment or even outside school, it's like maybe you're not supposed to ask like questions. You're not supposed to question your elders. You know,
yeah
anything they say is the right thing. You can't ask questions. And this even takes us back to the church. You can ask questions in church, you know, whatever
oh
they
my
say is the
god
law and you just have to do whatever you're told. And I feel like this has affected me negatively because now like I find it hard to ask like the right questions. Like why is there a lot of whys to be asked? You know, why
yeah
am I not supposed to do certain things? Why am I not supposed to like live a
true
kind of life or a kind of way? And a very weird example just came to mind now. I I told you, like I grew up in church, I'm a church girl. So there
yeah
was this day we were doing evangelism. We now preached to this old man. The man told me, he was like, you can do everything in this world, but don't get tattoos. Because if you get tattoos, you go to hellfire.
oh
And I'm
my
like,
god like oh
I didn't
my
ask
god
questions. I just said,
like oh
okay.
god
I just said, okay. And now I'm contemplating one. And I'm like, okay, hellfire. You know, let's ask the questions.
Sorry, I was
Why? I
going to,
remember
I was
telling my
going to
mom
say
I wanted to get like a
something.
new
Sorry,
piercing.
sorry to cut you short, but mom and dad, if you're hearing
No, no,
this,
no, feel free.
you see that tattoo, I will still get it. People just, you will talk.
Oh my
But I'm
god.
guessing it. But yeah,
Mom and
moving
dad, I
on.
don't know if I'm getting it though. I'm just saying it. I'm talking about somebody that wants to get it, not me. But getting a new piercing too. I remember like informing my mom about it, and she was
Hmm.
like, don't get the piercing. Why? Because like now you will not beat me. I'll ask the question like, why shouldn't I get it? And
Exactly.
she didn't have like a concrete answer.
Few of us actually have the same experience with
Mm,
having to be shut up when you're asking too much questions. You hear things like, what's being called you? You're too
yeah.
curious. This, that. Must you know everything? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's I mean it's good that you want to know stuff, and it's good that you really want to know the reason why things are happening the way they are, or why that thing is. But what is not good is trying to shut us up. I have an aunt
Yeah,
that I
it's
have an aunt that if our kids are talking and you tell them shut up, she'll tell you don't tell my kids shut up. Let them express themselves, because this is how you build, like,
mm-hmm.
this is how you build timid people, or this is how you like raise timid people, because then they go out, they can't express themselves just because maybe over time when they talk in the house or when they say something they get shut up, like, is everything you want to put your mouth, is everything you want to know, is everything you want to talk about, is it only you,
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it goes beyond even just like our professional lives or our
Hmm.
private lives, like our interaction too with the world around us too. It reflects in it. And when we're talking about the political climate of Nigeria now, I feel like things are the way they are because we do not ask questions.
Oh
Nobody's
my
asking
god.
why. We're not taught a lot of things
I
in
mean, we do
school.
ask why.
Most of us
They've
do not
just
understand
gaslighted
government
us.
process. Well, I think there's that. So I just feel like there's no need to question these things. So Is there something you're currently trying to learn?
Huh.
Yeah, is there something you're working on learning as an adult?
I think self blame,
Mm,
like,
how so?
is it self blame? Is it self blame? I don't. I think so. I don't know. Self blame sounds ambiguous in a way, because self blame, in the sense that I kind of like have these tendencies of blaming myself for everything that goes wrong, even when it is so
Mm-hmm.
glaringly not my fault. So I think it's as a result of being the first child in that sense, because you have to like,
See, this conversation is actually really broad because that's another aspect of growing up in Nigeria. Growing
because
up
you
as
have
a
to like
first
take
daughter
the
is a
fall
lot.
for like, oh, Aburo Eshenko, your younger one did something, you're the
Yeah,
one getting punished and all of that. So yeah, I think for the longest period of time, I'm usually in a state of self doubt and
yeah.
blames. Like, I usually like blame. I would not blame, I would always blame myself, even when things like, it's so glaring that it's not my fault. I would say, if I had done it this way instead, it wouldn't have turned out this way.
It shouldn't
And
have turned out.
yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, I think that's one of the things, because honestly, I won't lie to you, I'm unlearning a lot of things. This one is just at the like
guy.
forefront of my mind. That's like the one I can
Yeah.
remember, but I'm definitely unlearning a lot of things. But yeah, I think that is what I'm going to say. Pick for now, actually. Yeah.
Okay, what am I learning? I think I'm on learning overthinking. Can you unlearn that?
I mean,
I think I'm trying,
I,
but
I mean, yeah,
most
actually,
importantly, I think
overthinking
I'm
is also one of
unlearning.
those things I'm unlearning. But then again, it has
Yeah,
helped me in some ways. Maybe like 3 out of 10,
saved you from some
because
troubles.
yeah, maybe like 3 out of 10, because most times I'm usually like wrong with all my conclusions and my
Conspiracy.
exactly and my theories. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think another thing I'm unlearning is what am I unlearning? I remembered now, but I think I've forgotten what I'm unlearning. Yeah, gender roles.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in a family where it was
Yeah.
practiced per se, but like society. So I think I'm unlearning that
Hmm.
and understanding that the world is mine to conquer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
I
lot of
actually
unlearning
can.
on that end
I can
too.
relate to that. Yeah.
But we've said a lot of bad things about growing up in Nigeria. Maybe not bad things, but like we've stated how the upbringing had like bad effects on us.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think there are good sides. Like there are also
Yeah,
like the
there
good
are good
sides of
sides. I mean,
everything.
my grandpa used
Yeah.
to tell me then that, oh, I should be wary of friends. I mean, my grandpa was a preacher of no friends. And I feel that, or I believe that in some way that has helped me shaped my, or should I say curated my friendship, that in such a way that I can't, or I don't make meaningless friendship, if we can put it. I know where to put people. I know how to put people in their place. I know who to call my friends. I know who to call acquaintances. I know who to like. So I know how to
Mm-hmm.
like separate everybody and put them where they belong. So in a way, it has really helped me. I used to say then that my friends in school, the friends I made in school, particularly in uni, I never made them. I never went out of my way to say I want to make friends with these people.
Mm-hmm.
I just found myself in that situation where, okay, I'm friends with this person, or me and this person become friends. I tell some people that, oh,
Mm-hmm.
most of my friends made me as their friend, not me making them as friends. They
Mm.
just saw this timid person or this shy person and said, oh, okay, let me make friends with this girl. She's cute. Can like what can
I
be
friendship is another story. But
friendship is
like,
on that side.
is there anything you're like particularly grateful for? I know you would have
Yeah.
loved to
Aside from the fact that I'm alive.
know something related to like
Okay.
your nationality.
I think despite all of this that is going on, despite all of the things that happen, I think in a way I am grateful for the way my parents brought me up. Because
Mm,
truth be told, there are some kind of things that I have witnessed that I'm like, thank God my parents were hard on me. Because
yeah,
could they have done better? Yes. Did they try their best? Yes, they did. And for that I am grateful. Yeah.
yeah, that's profound. I think that's profound. It makes me sound like all this mommy, mommy church. But really, I think I'm also grateful. Like I could go in like same direction and say I'm grateful for the gift of good upbringing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. That's the word.
It's
That's
just
the
really
word.
like yeah. It's just it feels good to know that oh maybe you have like this moral standard you're trying to like live up to. I'm grateful for the good food we have too. So I think that's it. And sadly. This week is a very sad
Yeah,
week in
it
Nigeria
has. Has.
because we had like mass killings of people in Benue State, which is
Yeah.
actually really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And we have our political leaders just gallivanting and doing, I don't know what they are doing.
I
What are
don't
they
even want
doing?
to go I don't even want to go into the kind of politics that is being played in this country, because that is like going down the rabbit hole I'm not ready for. But I think all I can say is that we should just pray for Benue State, and I hope that in some way, I don't know, in whatever kind of way, that these killings would stop. Because now,
Amen. But should we just pray and hope?
I don't know. Because what do you
Dude,
want to do? Do you want to go into the forest and fight these people
I don't
yourself?
know.
Like, I mean, a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people have
Like,
been
yeah,
displaced.
let's
A
try
lot
to
of
also speak.
children have lost their parents. A lot of parents have
Yeah.
lost their children. It's just a lot. It's sad, really. It's really sad,
It's
and
actually sad.
it's
And
so
I feel
sad
like
that
we can lend our voice.
it's so sad that I don't know what the government is even doing about it. That's the thing. There has been no news.
Oh, but they dropped statement. I mean, Tinubu drops one very pathetic statement
Oh my god.
that lacked like empathy in all forms.
Oh my.
It was like, he heard of the
I really
killings.
do not.
It was really annoying. We
I
don't want to like dissect
I
the
honestly do not even
situation.
want to talk about
Yeah.
that part, because honestly, I don't want to talk about it. I think I'm just going to
Yeah,
say
but yeah.
my heart is with the people of
Let's
Benue,
just
honestly. Like, and
exactly, exactly.
I pray that
Um
God would grant the people that have lost any of their loved ones the fortitude to bear the loss, because the loss is great. It is enormous.
Amen.
And I
Amen.
just hope that,
And let's just try to lend our voices to the cause. Like, where you see the hashtag, just post.
yeah.
When you see the hashtag, post, tweet something, say something. Your voice counts, your voice matters. And guys, I don't like that we're ending the podcast on a very low note. Let's bring it up a bit. On the next episode, we'll be talking about a very, is it sensitive topic? It's not sensitive,
Is it
but a
sensitive?
very
I feel like we've been
controversial topic.
desensitized enough in this country. I'm not even sure it's sensitive anymore. Yeah.
Well, what are we talking about next week, Kadami? Can you speak a bit on it?
So next week we'll be talking colorism.
We'll be talking about colorism, chocolate and caramel, ooh
Ooh,
wee,
wee.
brown skin girl. Do we have songs for light babes?
Ah,
There would
that is a,
be. I think
that is
to
a
for
very
your
that is a
world
very
guys,
good
whatever.
question. But I'm very sure if you
A good
scour the internet, you'll find one.
we'll find one, right?
We'll
So
find one.
yeah, I want you guys to join the conversation. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let us know how growing up in
I really
Nigeria
hope you
shaped you
guys
or
did
is still
enjoy this
shaping your
conversation because
experiences.
it was not easy recording.
Jesus, Nigeria
Ni-
showed us shaggy.
Nigeria has showed me
Guys,
shaggy.
that means
People
network,
should please, I'm on my
perfect life.
nails. People should please
Perfect. Oh
engage
my
with
god. Oh my
this.
god. MCN Airtel.
People should
Ah.
please
Ah.
engage because we cannot just suffer in vain. Please, we are on our knees, we are begging. Please like, share,
Yeah, you
comment,
guys. We hope
share
you
your
actually
experiences.
and share your experiences in the Spotify comments. And if you listen to this on Spotify, don't forget to rate us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. We're doing this for you. We hope we keep getting it better. Like we said, it's a journey of becoming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hope you
Bye
guys had fun. I
guys.
hope you guys get to enjoy yourself, and I hope you do share your experiences with us. I mean, there might have been some things we've left out, and I hope you get to remind us in the comments. So, like again, share, and engage with our post on
Most
all social
importantly,
media.
we're pleading.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow us on social media too. We have like
Please,
this
we are
very active
begging.
Instagram. You don't want to miss
We are
out.
please.
You don't want to miss out.
Please, we might have bad character, but don't look at our bad character. Look at the kind of content that we are putting out for you people. Please, we beg you. Thank you. Good night. Abby, bye bye.
All right.
Whatever.